Yo, the sun not out today, and not only that, it's a little chilly, just a little bit chilly. But y'all know, if you're returning, when you see me, it's a new reaction video. For all the newcomers, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the family. If you like reaction videos, that's what we do over here. We listen to other people's tea and drama. And when I say over here the tea be hot, the tea definitely be hot. So let's start, because we don't like to waste time, on today's reaction video. But hit that subscribe button so you can join the family.
All right, y'all, so here I am again, back with another video. And I'm gonna tell y'all how my high school basketball coach took me to his house after an away game and slept with me when I was 16. So when I was in high school or whatever, I ran track and I played basketball, and I was really good at both. I was an athlete. Like, when I tell y'all straight athlete, I was only focused like on my grades and my sports or whatever. So my mom worked or whatever. She would get up every day like 4 or 5 a.m. and my mom wouldn't get off work until about like evening time. So she had to beat traffic. My mom probably would make it home by 5. My mom was the type of mom that was like, okay, if you have to go to tutoring, if you have to do any other extracurricular activities, etc., you're gonna have to find your own way home. Period, point blank. I'm not giving you a ride. I'm not picking you up. None of that. If you can't catch the bus, like, I don't know, you got to find your own way home. That's how that started. So, I played basketball from like 5th grade up. So this one, I would say I was 16 because I graduated when I was 17. So this had to be my junior year in high school. We had a new male basketball coach, whatever. And everything, it was normal at the beginning, right? So mind y'all, I'm very, I don't want to say grown for my age, but I was very mature at a very young age. So I was experiencing a lot of stuff. I went through a lot of stuff. So me being 16, like I knew how to hold a intellectual conversation. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, I didn't have like a bird brain. I'm not even gonna say that. Let me scratch that. I didn't have like a childlike mind at 16. At 16, I thought I was grown, and not in the sense of like being fast, but I was just mature. Like, I'm not like the rest of these girls or whatever. Like, I'm more advanced than I should be, honestly. So we had got a new basketball coach or whatever. First impression, it was like, okay, he was normal. Like, y'all in school, girls or guys, they'll see a teacher, they'll see a coach or whatever, they'll be like, oh, they fine or whatever. I never really looked at him like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just so focused on my grades in school, I really didn't look at him like that. So I'll see, on and on in the season, I didn't have a lot of rides. So he knew that, and I was like one of the star players on the basketball team. So, like, obviously you want your star player or one of your star players to make it to practice and make it to the game. So he started giving me rides home after the games. So I can't even tell you. I'm pretty sure that was not legal. I don't know if coaches are able to give, but anyways, I digress. He ended up being my ride home after the games or whatever. So yeah, so it was one after away game. I think we were playing like Kimball or somebody. Like, I can't remember what school, or it could have been no, I forgot what school we were playing, but that's besides the point. So anyways, like, I'm gonna go back. I'm not gonna tell y'all about that. I'm gonna tell y'all how everything led up to this point. So obviously I was not, my senior year, I think I was captain. Junior year I was co-captain. I always started in the games, obviously, because I was that girl. But anyways, that's not about that. So I would have to get the keys from him to go to the locker room or the ballroom to, get the balls and get everything set up for practice. So, this day it was just like a normal day. I go to him like, hey coach, like, whatever, can I get the keys, set up for practice or whatever. So he handed me the keys, but he could like kind of like rub my hand like when he gave me the keys or whatever. And that was when I knew, like, okay, he on a different. So mind you, like, when me and him would talk or whatever, we'll be in a group setting, like, I would see him like giving me the eye and stuff, and like it was just very, like, I'm not even gonna say innocent because it was kind of known. Like, I kind of felt like he was like feeling me. Like, it's weird to say, but I kind of felt this like tension. And so that was the first time he actually like physically, like touched me. So I got the keys or whatever. I ignored it. The next day or two or so, like, you know, we had practice again, so I'm always the one setting up for practice. So I was like, Coach, I get the keys or whatever. So he ended up doing it again. And y'all, like, it came to a point where we was just doing that for a little while, and I actually started to reciprocate. Like, I was like, you know, I was like, when he would give me the keys, I started rubbing on him too. So it was one point, like, I had went to go get the balls or whatever, and he followed me into the room. And so, like, we had like a washer dryer setup type of deal, and I was in there like getting, it was a game day or whatever. So yeah, I remember like it was a game day. You know, I had to go put the jerseys and everything in the washer, make sure everybody jerseys, make sure all the uniforms and stuff is clean. So I went there, he came in there after me or whatever. And like, you know, I was bent over getting the jerseys out the dryer. And like he came in, like he like brushed his, you know, behind me or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's crazy. So it wasn't this particular game, but that was like the second big, you know, physical interaction that had happened between us or whatever. So I'm not gonna say it wasn't that game day. It was probably like the next away game. You know, he had to take me home. So I guess on the way, like, he was just basically like, you want to come back to my apartment? So I'm like, I mean, I guess, like, I mean, my mom, you know, she think I'm in a game or whatever. She don't know when my games are over with, this, that, and the other, whatever. So yeah, y'all, so we end up going back to his apartment. Mind y'all, like, around this time, I was 16, so I lost my V card at 14. I had just had my first sexual encounter with a guy at 16. I think it was 16. I actually, like, you know, had with a guy on my own or whatever. So he was probably like the third guy I ever slept with in my life. So we get to the point, whatever, he makes him a drink. He asked me if I want to drink. Mind you, I'm an athlete. I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, I didn't do nothing. But it was just like, you know what, like, whatever. So he ended up making me a drink. Y'all know what ended up happening after that. Like, whatever. Like, actually, he took a shower, I took a shower, and then, you know, we was just chilling, like, baby, just grown, like. And back then, I'm thinking like, oh, it's normal. No. So yeah, I'm thinking like, well, I was flirting with him, like, whatever, I'm being grown, you know. I think I'm not gonna disclose his name or whatever, because this was like, it doesn't matter how long ago it was, but obviously I'm 29 now. This was like I was 16. So yeah, so if you was to Seagoville, it was only one male coach at that time, around that time. So if y'all do know who it is, just don't say anything, because it's like, I'm not making these to like air anybody's business or anything like that. I'm just speaking my truth and like just telling y'all about all the stuff that's happened to me, like, seriously. But yeah, so at the time, I'm like, you know, ain't nothing wrong with it. Like, I wanted to do it. But it's like, it goes back to like how men prey on you. Like, him knowing my situation with my mom, knowing that, oh, I'm not gonna have no ride. Like, him like, oh, we're spending more and more time together. So it's like he's feeding off of this, my weakness or whatever. So yeah, it's just like, at first, you know, I'm telling him my situation. I'm like, yeah, I'm good at basketball. I want to play basketball. I've been playing basketball, obviously, all middle school, almost all high school, whatever. And I'm telling him like, I'm not going to be able to make practice or this and that. So obviously, you know, it was out of genuine help at first, and then it just went from one thing to the next. And so it's crazy because I actually forgot about this incident up until like, I mean, I forget about it and then it comes back on and off. But when I sit down and I think about all of the things that's happened to me growing up, it came across my mind yesterday, because I was like, I really forgot about that. I was a junior in high school, 16 years old, and this 30-something-year-old man took me to his apartment to sleep with me. Somebody who's supposed to be a male role, like my coach. So like, a lot of people are gonna, for one, growing up, everything that happened to me, I used to hate my mom. Like, I used to despise her, because I felt like every time something bad happened to me is when she wasn't around, especially in my younger years. So it's like, if my mom was picking me up, this is how I used to think about stuff. I always blamed her. If my mom was picking me up on a regular basis, I wouldn't have to ask this grown man for no rides. Like, period. Like, and it's just like, dang, I'm always put in like compromising situations. And genuinely at the beginning, I wasn't even on that type of time with him until he like was like, okay. So then I was like, okay, but it doesn't make it right at the end of the day. Some people probably blame me. Oh, you were being fast. You were doing this and that. But at the end of the day, I'm a 16-year-old girl. He's my basketball coach, and he took me back to his place and slept with me. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, y'all, like, he didn't like force himself on me or anything like that. I'm not making this to that extent because it wasn't really like that. But at the end of the day, it's like being an adult. And my 16-year-old's basketball coach took like, oh yeah, it's going down. And no, I didn't tell my mom until I was like 25. I never said anything. I told like a few of my friends. I told one girl that I was playing basketball with. I told my best friend, but and I don't know who they told. I wouldn't know. But it's like I told a couple people, but I was just like, whatever. Like, I did what I did, like, whatever. But now being grown, it's just like that was just another man preying on me. Like, the third man I ever slept with. And then it's so crazy because it hurt so bad. It was not enjoyable at all. Like, I started to bleed. It was just a big thing. Like, but yeah. It's like being an adult now, growing up. I don't blame my mom anymore. I've forgiven her like a long time ago because my mom didn't abuse me. You know, it was all these men and stuff. But this is just my life, and no wonder why I'm so like I don't trust anybody. I feel like everybody's out to get me. I'm always in my head. I'm always overthinking. I'm always questioning every fucking thing because of all this trauma. Like, I've had some really good boyfriends, y'all. Y'all know I'm married, but me and my husband's situation is different. But I've had some really good boyfriends, and I just self-sabotage, don't believe they really love me, just out to get me, da-da-da-da. But yeah, y'all, there's just another story time of how I was used and abused. But hey, I'm here. I'm alive. A little crazy, but I'm alive. So
it's crazy because when she was stating this, I was like, something in her past had her thinking she was already mature enough and grown enough to do this. Like, something led her this far. And come to find out, at 14, it seems like she was saying that she was forcefully or whatever. And that's how she lost her V card. Then after that, the relationship after that, you know, she chose to do it. As well as her coach, she chose to do it. So he didn't force himself on her. But it's like grown ass people know. They know that they should not be messing with 16, whatever, 17, high school. Hell no. Like, leave those young kids alone, regardless of if you think that she's more mature for her age. She's still underage. And not only that, it's no telling how many other young females in that high school or on that team he did this to. He did it to her. Who's to say he never did that to nobody else? Who's to say he only did it because she seemed and act more mature for her age? And then it's crazy because, girl, your daughter is in basketball, right? She has a male coach. A male coach. Why wasn't you watching that? Meaning, why wasn't you making sure your daughter get home so she wouldn't have to ask her coach? Most children that's on a basketball team, the coaches always volunteer to get their players to the game if they don't have a ride. But your daughter was on a basketball team with a male coach. not even a female coach, a male coach. You telling your daughter to go find her own way. Girl, she's in high school. She's trying to learn and graduate. She's trying to do what she's supposed to do. She's also on the basketball team. Was the mama not even going to the games? Like, at this point, like, you was just working, going home, and forgetting that you have a child to worry about. For some reason, people be thinking, oh, my child's 16, she old enough. No, baby, your child is still a child. Your child is still a child. So therefore, if you're allowing her to be on a basketball team, make sure she got to ride home safely, and who she's riding home with, if you can't do it. Or how about you just find a job to work around your schedule, since you're allowing her to play basketball? Like, what? Find your own ride. If that's the case, go get her a car. She was 16. Why you didn't buy her a car?
Okay, y'all. So first off, I want to start by saying, I'm looking at these comments on my last video about the situation with my basketball coach. And first thing I want to say, some of these comments are ridiculous. And the fact that there's a lot of women defending this man is crazy to me. Because at the end of the day, whether I wanted to or not, or I knew better or not, I was a 16-year-old girl preyed upon by a 30-something-year-old grown man. And it's men in the comments, which, men, y'all never cease to amaze me. But it's just the fact that, how do y'all feel like that's okay? I just don't understand. I will never understand that. So let's get into these comments, because this is crazy. So there's a lot of people saying, oh, 3 bodies at 16. You were fast. Blaming me. Y'all love to victim blame. So let me tell y'all this. The first person that I ever had a sexual encounter with raped me. Raped me. And I hate that TikTok doesn't allow me to say what I need to say. But my dad took my V card when I had just turned 14 years old. It was the summer.
Y'all, I knew it. When she said that she lost her V card at 14, I knew it wasn't her saying, oh, because I was fast. I knew something traumatizing had to happen to her. Like, there is no way she was 16 and acting grown and rubbing a grown man's hand and allowing this grown man to groom and, like, come on to her and thought it was okay. It was something that caused her on this path. I knew it. Her father, that is sick. That was just another grown man that took advantage of her. And this grown man supposed to have been the one to keep her safe and protected.
Going into my freshman year of high school, that was the first person I ever did anything with. And I hate to make it sound so like whatever, but I'm almost 30, and like, yeah, the stuff still bothers me, but I'm just trying to be straightforward and blunt and honest about it. My dad took my V card, point blank, period. I ended up sleeping with a guy like twice after that. Mind you, I was going through so much at the time, like I didn't even know much about that in particular. So yeah, so my basketball coach was the third person that I, had an encounter with. So y'all having this outlook on me as if, oh, I was just fast and I was just doing this and this and that. No, that wasn't the case, because if it was up to me, I wouldn't have lost my virginity, period. Like, and I don't like how y'all steady trying to make it okay. And I did that for so many years. Even when I told my mom, I was like 25 when I finally told my mom, and she was furious. And I get it, but I was still psychologically like, no, I wanted to do it. Even if I wanted to do it, and this is for you bird brain, you know what? I said I wouldn't even go back and forth, so I'm gonna just address this and keep it pushing. Even if I wanted to do it, I was 16 years old. There's a thing called statutory rape. So just because I consent, I was still underage. So I could say all day long, oh, I was mature for my age, and I knew what was going on. I never said that I didn't know what was going on. And it's a lot of y'all in the comments like, oh, you were going, you knew what you were doing. I never said I didn't. Like, let's just make that clear. even if, like I said, if I wanted to, it doesn't change the fact that there was a grown man in an authority role, my basketball coach, who took me to his house, gave me a drink. No, I don't drink. Obviously, I'm 16. Like, I don't know what other 16-year-olds doing. There were so many kids doing so much that was way more advanced than I was, even with all my trauma and everything. But you gave me a drink, and you did what you did, and we, whatever the case may be. And and it wasn't just an awesome experience. It hurt, and I bled, and it was very traumatizing. It was very traumatizing for me. A lot of the questions y'all kept asking, like, did everything go back to normal after that? Yeah. Like, again, I tried to pretend that it didn't happen. I avoided him at all points. I don't know, like, it just felt weird. It just felt weird. I can't. We had like a few more games left in the season. I played, just pretend everything was, normal, went to practice, whatever. It wasn't like super awkward because I think it was just like a mutual understanding. Like, I didn't want to do that. Like I said, it was very traumatizing. After the fact, it felt wrong. I knew it was wrong. I knew I shouldn't have been doing it. But at the end of the day, it's like, it happened. I said I would go to his place, whatever, it happened. But yeah, we just both tried to pretend like it didn't happen, pretty much. So that's for everybody who keeps asking, like, so did you continue to play for him? I did continue to play. I finished out the season. I graduated. We never. And for everybody who says I be all over the place in my story times, I have ADHD, and sometimes it's hard for me to like focus on one thing at a time. So I do seem like I'm all over the place. So I do apologize for that. But yeah. If you can't lock in, don't lock in. I'm using my platform to speak my truth. At first, it wasn't like I was trying to out him. I didn't really even expect my video to blow up like this. But there's people who already know who he is or whatever. I went ahead and posted his picture in the comments. And at this point, his name is Diedrich Bogard. Coach Bogard. Period. There was a story about a coach at what is it called? Hold on. So somebody had messaged me, and I'm not going to disclose any names because there was quite a few people that messaged me knowing who he was, because it was a school, what is it called? Moss Point High School in Mississippi. So there was a coach there who was sleeping with the girls or whatever, got caught, got 25 years in prison for that, and they were friends. Crazy work. There was multiple girls messaging me how he, was being inappropriate with them and was at this last school. So it's like he left one school to come to another school to be a predator still. So it makes me even more upset that I wish I would have said something back then, but I was literally going through my own trauma with the stuff that happened with my dad, with him doing what he did to me. I was experiencing so much at this time. I wasn't in my right mind at the end of the day. I was a 16-year-old girl fighting demons, literally. Like, so much going on. At the end of the day, it's like, I'm going to continue to speak my truth. I don't care about being judged. I'm almost 30. Like, I'm not about to get in the comments with y'all, go back and forth with y'all, because I didn't want to do that in the first place. I'm using my platform to spread awareness, to speak my truth, and that's just what it is. This year, I told myself, like, I wasn't holding back anymore. I'm done protecting pedophiles. I'm done protecting predators. And I'm just over it. Like, I've been preyed upon my whole life, and I'm just fucking over it at the end of the day. So y'all can get in the comments, y'all can have y'all's opinions, but it's not gonna faze me, and it's not gonna stop me from speaking my truth. And helping other girls, like, be aware. There's girls that's in my DMs right now going through what I went through, scared to speak out because of these roles that these men are playing in their lives, and it's sickening. Like, it's really sickening. So, I'm looking, it's so many comments, for starters. Sorry, y'all, I'm sick. So many comments, and I'm gonna just address a couple of them. The relationship with my mom is better. We talked about it. She was upset. She wanted me to report him. I was still in a protective state, I guess, so I didn't. I was telling her I wanted to do it. He didn't, like, take me in and like my dad did. Whatever. It's just, it's so many freaking comments, and it's so many people like, at 16 though, I mean, you were not a baby, 2 years away from being a legal adult. How did you know right from wrong? It's stuff like that. It's like 3 bodies by 16 is crazy. Y'all not even keeping up what I'm putting out, literally. Like, and there's just so many people judge me in the comments, which I really don't care. But it's like, I pray that y'all never have daughters. I pray that y'all never have sons, because women aren't the only ones who get preyed upon. So yeah, like I said, I posted him in the comments. I gave y'all his name. Everybody wanted me to like, it's whatever. Like I said, I'm done protecting. I'm done protecting people. I'm over it. It's out. Nothing I can do about that. So yeah, it's a lot of victim blaming in these comments. And I find it quite disturbing and quite hilarious also, because who raised y'all? And what makes y'all think that a 16-year-old boy or girl having sexual interactions with each other, sexual relations, is okay with a 30-something-year-old man or woman? Like, help me understand that. What's y'all's logic behind this? I'm a 16-year-old girl, or I was a 16-year-old girl in high school. Freshly 16. Freshly. And y'all are really sticking beside this man and blaming me. Like, it's diabolical. Here I am again. It's diabolical. Another video. I don't know what else to say.
She was preyed upon. And it is diabolical that people in the comment section victim blaming her. She was fucking 16 years old. She was 14 years old when her father took her virginity. Her father was molesting her. Her father was taking advantage of her. So for some reason, she said, if my father not here to protect me, let me start maturing. Let me start acting older than my age. And this 30-something-year-old man noticed that something was going on with the young lady, as far as, wait a minute, she's too mature. She's way more mature than her age. Oh, is she touching me back? And took advantage of the whole fucking thing. What in anybody's right mind think it's okay for their child to go to high school, and because they're 16 and like a couple of years away from being grown, feel like that's okay? Feel like it will be okay? Feel like, oh, that person know what they doing? When I say even younger, when they start acting out sexually, something is not right. When they start doing all this sexual stuff and watching sexual things, you need to check that. Parents need to keep an eye on their children. Like, when they start doing stuff like this, something ain't right. Something done already either happened to that child, or they're hanging around other teenagers that something already happened to. Like, the mother was not there. So obviously she blamed her mother, and their relationship was very bad growing up because her mother wasn't there. Her father was taking advantage of her. The one that's supposed to really protect her, the two was not protecting her. One was preying on her also, and the other one was not there. Now, did her mother know the whole time? I don't know. She barely was fucking there. That's the problem. You know your child in high school, especially a senior, and you say, oh, the ride, if you're going to be in sports, will be on you. You have to find your own way home. Who the fuck did you thought she was going to get a ride from? I'm confused. I thought when your child is still in high school and some in college, at least be there for your child. They need a ride. Help them get back and forth to their sports. Help them get back and forth to school. Not only that, people are out here preying on male and female, young male and females, high school level. And for some reason, the high school kids think it's okay. They think it's cool until they get older, like her age, and realize that wasn't supposed to happen anyway. She dropped the name. She definitely dropped the name. And come to find out the whole time, this man that y'all in the comment section taking up for have done it to multiple other girls, probably with different stories. And because she said she was mature for her age, y'all just say, oh, it's your fault. No, it was his fault. He was the adult. He was the authority. He was the one that was supposed to protect those children at the school. And yet he leave one school to another doing the same thing. Whoever in them comments taking up for him is sick. Look, her information to her TikTok will be down in the description, as well as all my other videos. It will be down in the description. Like every video that I upload, their information always be down in my description. Check those TikToks out, y'all. Check them out. But not only that, check hers out. Look at her comment section. If you know anybody in her comment section that is victim blaming and saying, oh, you was too fast for your age, watch them. Watch them. Yeah, they probably doing it themselves, or think it's okay and it has been done to them. Y'all, drop that in the comment section what you think about her story. Don't forget to like, comment, and definitely join the family by subscribing, especially if you reach to the end. If you right here where I'm saying subscribe, you like this type of content, join the family. You welcome over here. And if you are returning, y'all know how we like to do it. Like, comment, and share this video. I hope you all have a blessed day. Peace.